The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and three-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. Today is Wednesday.
Man, it's hump day.
It is.
We made it. Woo! I got power last night.
I bet you're feeling better.
Man, good.
What was the first thing that y'all done once getting power after about 3 days?
Turn the air conditioner on.
Felt kind of good, didn't it?
I got that text from Amy. She said, "We got power." I said, "I know she's happy." First thing she did, probably jump in the tub. In the shower.
Hot water?
Yes.
I'm telling you, that propane ain't so bad when it comes to hot water.
So I got gas logs. I might have to find me some backup water.
It's pretty good. I have that tankless water system where you stand there like an hour and a half and it never runs out.
Definitely looking at it. I'm not going to tell her that because she'll suck all the propane out of my tank.
It really is. If you have never, and they make them electric and they also make them propane, whichever way. But if you are tired, everybody has that one family member that sucks all the hot water.
I'd go turn it off real quick.
Teach them a lesson.
Yeah, what happened?
There is nothing quicker. What is the fastest shower ever been made? Woo. When that cold water, woo!
I mean, boom, there it is.
Yeah, you jump in with a bar of soap, scrub, and out you go.
Yeah, that would work. I mean, you jump in that cold water, it's going to wake you up, but you're not going to stay in there long.
No, you're not. You got to go.
Yeah.
Good morning, Sheila Speed. She's watching us with the Big City Equipment this morning. We appreciate that. Dorothy George is up. She says she hopes you have a great day, Odie.
Well, thank you. I hope y'all do, too. And Equipment, y'all's deputy sheriff over there, Mr. Barry White, had a birthday yesterday.
We didn't know about Barry's birthday?
I think you kind of snuck it in and didn't want to tell nobody. But
how old is Barry?
He's got to be late 50s, early 60s. Up there with RW. Well, RW is a little older than that. But
boy, you're making enemies early this morning is all I got to say. So if y'all see Chief Deputy, make sure to say, Barry White, how you doing?
Happy birthday.
Does he have a deep voice when he's...
I don't know. He also runs the Barry Yacht.
And what is the Barry Yacht?
The Barry Yacht Hotel. That's what they call the jail up there.
Clark County. Chief Deputy will help you out if you act ugly. He will give you a place.
Go see him.
That had to be tough as a youngster, though. Everybody comparing you to the great Barry White and that love voice.
Can you sing?
Barry White was. What do you call that? What kind of style of music is that?
Yeah, it's not music. It's telling a story in a
sexy way.
Yeah.
The sexy music. There's another word for it. Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't smart enough to get that genre.
Yeah, me neither. But rap. I'll give you that.
Wasn't me.
Did you run around with Run DMC in your tape deck back in the 90s? Is that what I find out now?
I had a tape or two of Run DMC and an old Snoop Dogg.
Wait a minute. Was it Walk This Way or was it Park This Way?
This Way.
It was Walk This Way. That was Aerosmith originally, wasn't it?
It was, and then they did a remake with Run DMC.
All right. Mary Lynn tells us I had it all wrong with Barry White. She says that's soul.
Well, I guess it could be a type of soul.
So did you stay up late on Saturday nights as a kid and watch Soul Train?
No, I never got into the Soul Train.
What was the guy that was on there for forever that hosted Soul Train?
I can see him.
And I know his name, and it's on the
Charlene can say she watched Soul Train.
Do y'all know? Don Cornelius. Hang on here. We got some special guests coming up. Let me show their picture. They're all over this. They know it's Don Cornelius. For the life of me, I could not think of that name. But they had the dancers, and everybody got out there. They were better than American Bandstand dancers. I just want y'all to know. they could actually move.
They had on them little nice outfits.
That was the Solid Gold Dancers on that other show, wasn't it?
Maybe that's what it was.
And then all along, here it come in the 1990s. Remember Live from the Wild Horse Saloon where they done the mini skirt dancing and twirling?
I don't remember. That must have been that
You passed out
square
after
dance or something.
Lorianne Crook was sitting up there showing all them legs on TNN. You couldn't handle
That
it.
was very possible.
Wasn't she a beautiful woman?
Golly. Yes, she was.
Let's just pause for a moment, everybody. I feel better. I haven't seen Lorianne in forever. Her and Charlie Cook, but they were really a great duo.
Yeah, I mean, and I'd watch their show that they had, and it was nice to watch it, so I could see her.
Never heard anything they said, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, it was nice to watch her on TV.
Every time I look over at Odie, I think of if y'all go back to Mo and Joe. Do y'all remember the song, Where's the Dress? When they were making fun of Boy George when he made it big. We'll be money making. I don't remember all the words, but boy, that was a good one, as they say.
And he turned around and says, it doesn't matter where the dress is, look at my bank account.
Oh, I'm telling you, Boy George made a lot of money.
Yes, he did.
Can you say the word fast? Comma.
Chameleon? Something like that.
Yeah, and that was the video started out. Wasn't that supposed to be like on a Mississippi riverboat?
Oh, no, that I don't know.
I think so. It's been many years since I saw it.
Amy, fill us in. She'll know it.
Whoop, Carl Turk's having a birthday. Happy birthday, and a big salute to you there.
Happy birthday.
Charlene, your sister, knew all about Don Cornelius. I guess she stayed up and hogged the TV channel, and you didn't get to see it.
She did.
Look at this. Everybody. Mary knew it. Janice knew it.
Oh.
Got another birthday.
We got a granddaughter up there, Miss Margie's granddaughter. I got glasses on. I can't see Michaela.
Michaela?
Yeah, well, happy birthday. 10.
Yes,
she
sir.
went to double digits.
There we go there.
Man.
Miss Winnie Bartley's joining us there. Morning.
We had a Florida visitor.
Did we?
Down there to the bottom a little bit. Let's see where. Here we go. Indiantown, Florida. Good morning. Appreciate y'all watching.
Yes, sir.
Down there with us.
Another big birthday. Al Davis is celebrating a birthday.
Y'all go by down and get a rose from him and just give it to him.
There you go.
Say, here you go. Happy birthday.
Al, we hope it's a big one there.
That's
Al's
right.
Garden and Gift. Can't miss it there on Highway 19. You hang a right. It's the first thing you'll see.
This may be.
What is it?
The Big 5-0.
Is it?
I think he's 2 years younger than me.
Has anybody got the skinny on this?
So, Al, is this the Big 5-0, buddy? I think you climb the hill and you're like me. All we do now is roll down to the bottom.
Yeah, there's some mornings you can't even do that.
That's right. We can't even roll.
Ooh. Let's see. Ann Hall, good morning to you. Glad you're watching the show with us. We appreciate that.
That's it. Good morning.
Oh, Margie said I actually pronounced the name correctly. Well, I got a gold star
Let me
today.
write that down.
You better. If there's one thing you'll learn, I might mispronounce a name or two every now and then, but you'll clearly understand what I'm trying to get across.
Yeah.
I can't get it out sometimes the way that it's supposed to be proper, but we'll get it for you there. Now, there's a lot going on in the community over the last 24 hours. We got planes that went down. We'll tell you all about that. Bunch of wrecks in the area. And I didn't get one single report after 9 o'clock last night of any gunfire. And that doesn't mean that it didn't happen, but
maybe everybody got power out and they were all enjoying what it was like inside.
that may have been it.
Yeah.
We got all that to discuss. Plus, we're going to tell you about a run that's coming up. Ooh, y'all stay close. We'll talk about that next. We'll be right back with Scotty Ray and Odie.
The Loose Caboose Arts and Crafts Festival 20th Anniversary Celebration is on April 1st. It kicks off Friday, March 31st with the Mississippi Delta Shows Carnival. Then Saturday, the Bank Plus 5K begins a day of shopping, food, and family fun in downtown Newton. Events include the Bank First Car Show, Brewer Sawmill Motorcycle Show, We Are Esco Dinosaur Experience, a Kids Zone, LA Dance Show, Magician Todd Smith, pony rides, and more. Headlining entertainment this year is Emily White. For more information, call 601-683-2201.
Are you looking for a trustworthy place to buy your next car or truck? Visit my friends at Massey Supermart Auto Sales. They've been doing business since 1955. There's a reason they've been in business for so long. They have fair prices, superior service, and repeat customers. For your next quality pre-owned vehicle, it's Massey Supermart Auto Sales. Taking care of your car needs at 1023 Highway 39 North.
Profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealers simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealers are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealers Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Sip and Savor is back in downtown Meridian. Chef Jimmy Kennedy will headline this year's festival, bringing an outdoorsman spin on elevated Southern cuisine. Taking the main stage is country music artist Levi Hummon. Sample over 50 chefs and distilleries visiting from all over the South to showcase their award-winning dishes. Experience the culinary tradition of the South like you never have before.
That's coming this weekend. We'll hope you can make that out downtown at the Max. It's going to be a big one. Also, the Loose Caboose takes place this weekend. That's going to be in downtown Newton. A lot of fun with that. We did get a question. Is Debbie dead? No, Debbie's not. She is still under the weather. Her voice is not recovered. We're giving her plenty of time to recover from whatever's going on with the throat there. We'll be in touch with Debbie, and we'll get her to come in and talk about it some morning, if she can.
Yep, that's it. I heard back from Al.
What Al have to say?
I was wrong.
How old is he? 53?
He did the 5-0 last year.
Oh, so Al is 5'1".
So he's 5'1".
Go ahead, Al.
So he's just a year younger.
He was out at Martin Day supporting the cause.
Yep. So Al, big happy birthday. And he does a lot for not just Martin, but for Suqualena as well. He's part of both fire departments, and he's out there helping everybody every day.
Yeah, we appreciate that. So much to do here in the community. Speaking of, we do have another race that's coming up. And again, I have to apologize because I'm not a runner. I can't be jumping into things like this. But we've got Ms. Monica joining us now to tell us more about what's going on with the big races coming up with Habitat. How are you this morning?
Just fine. How about you?
We're fine. Right. Tell us about what you've got.
Well, we have a 5K run coming up on April the 8th at 8 o'clock in the morning at Bonita Lakes Park. This is our second annual run for our organization for Habitat for Humanity. So we're inviting everybody out. Come on out. I know there's going to be Easter egg hunts later in the day. So you want to come out, go ahead and do your run, do your walk. Let the kids run. Get them tired, so it's just in time for them to take a little nap, maybe sugar them up, and let them go to the egg. Yes. So, and then you can take them to your Easter egg hunt, and then the bonus is by the time they're through hunting those Easter eggs, they are super tired. So you take them home, let them take a nap while you get all your stuff ready to go to church the next morning.
There you are.
There you go. Yes.
And this is a 3K.
It's a
5K.
5K.
Yeah,
All right, let's do some math here because I always get confused on that. Yeah. In like you got to go down to the store. How many miles is that?
3.1.
Okay. Yeah. I'm glad somebody told me.
Yeah. It's too long to run.
That's way too far, y'all. So it's 3 miles.
Yeah, you could join the kids run. I mean, we would certainly
I want to get in that.
Just a mile.
Golf cart run is what I want to get in.
Exactly.
I keep up with it.
They got that Couch to 5K out.
Well,
oh,
really?
Okay, yeah.
I'm learning there. So how do we come down and take part of this and support what y'all are doing?
Yeah, you can go to timetorun.net. Tim's there. He's been in Meridian for years, helping direct and coordinate races, events, things such as that. So there's a list of upcoming events, but timetorun.net, and you'll see our Habitat for Humanity logo. Click on that, and then you'll have the opportunity to sign up for the 5K run or the 5K walk or the kids fun run. And so and everything that as far as giving, goes directly to the homes and families of Lauderdale County, to assist them in their critical care needs of their homes.
Let me ask this, because I'm sure there's a lot of people. How many homes a year do y'all either build or have contact with to help people that have problems? How does that come out numbers-wise?
In the past year, we have touched almost 40 homes, meaning that these have been critical repairs done on homes, from roofs to touching a bathroom, making it handicap accessible bathroom, or repairs to flooring, things that are do not make the house safe. We come in and make it a safe and a pleasant place for them to live for those homeowners.
Now, what if somebody's watching and go, well, I know Earl that lives down the road who needs a little help, and I don't know how to go about this. What do they do in the criteria? How do you help somebody?
They can call the office, give us Earl's address, or Earl can call us himself, give us his address. We can send out an application. We are starting a new program on April the 1st. We'll be taking applications for minor repairs to the outside of a home. It will be called Brush with Kindness. We have a group coming in June called World Changers. And they came last year and helped us. And in a week, this group came and they touched 16 houses for us, doing minor repairs on the outside. So say, with the storms that have come through, minor repairs would be like some of my siding has come off, or my underpinning is gone, or I need some help with maybe some yard, trash or debris or trees in my yard. This group would be able to come in and do that. They just call us at the office. We'll get them an application, send them out to the mail, in the mail, and then once they complete the application, there's some things that they'll have to provide, like proof of home ownership, their age, and their proof of income. We do, vet those through the HUD standards for low to very low incomes, so that our clients are, they qualify for the program. And then once we have those applications, they'll come in, bring their application and all of their paperwork, have a meeting with me, a little interview with me, and then we'll send the list out to our site supervisors, and they'll go out and look at the home, make sure that it's something that this team that's coming in June can actually tackle in a week.
Right.
So, obviously, if you have a big, huge tree in your roof, that's not going to be something that they would be able to tackle in a week. Most of the people coming in are school age, or maybe teenagers, maybe some an adults, that would be there as chaperones. Yes. So we don't, different people have different ideas about who can go on a roof. I don't want a child on a roof.
No, I think most would agree with that.
Exactly. So, but we really want people to embrace that program. Brush with Kindness, our critical repair program. It helps to improve the community of Meridian.
I like the way that you go about vetting.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Doing a background. So when people start giving to this, they do know that you're not just out there giving money out for somebody to use for whatever. You're actually going through a process and making sure that they qualify for this assistance.
Exactly.
And I think that goes a long way.
Yes, our clients for these two programs have to be 55 years or older, have a disability, meaning that they have to be receiving some type of disability from Social Security, or something like that, and or be low to very low income. And Social Security, we've not reached that age here, but we all probably have parents or know of a relative. Social Security is not a lot for them to live on.
You can.
Yeah. No. So they have to make decisions whether they're going to buy groceries or buy medicine to help them continue to live, or fix maybe a small leak in their roof. So that's where a lot of our clients are.
Right. It makes sense.
Yes. So we try to be that extra hand for them. And help them continue to stay in their home, to have a safe home, not add to, a leaky roof is going to cause mold, it's going to cause lung issues eventually, so we just try to be that gap, stand in the gap for them.
All right, and again, the race is coming up. What day? Let's talk about that, of how people can come help y'all and get involved in this.
Right. Yeah, so April the 8th, I mean, once again, as far as we need walkers, we need runners. I mean, I know that there's just a running community. So definitely we want you to come and try to attempt to run your fastest 3.1 miles. But even if you're not a runner, we've had, walkers just to participate. Some people that just showed up to get the T-shirt because they knew it was going to a good cause and being able to do that. And as far as even if you don't want, even if you've got, plans for that Saturday, I think Miss Monica would gladly receive a donation.
Exactly.
Because as y'all know, if you've been into Lowe's or Marvin's or any, home improvement store, prices of materials have gone up. And so that affects our ministry. It affects, what Habitat's trying to do.
What you were saying there of helping everybody, now you get a good idea of where that money is going to help. And this is why the race is here, to fund those folks who need a little helping hand.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Again, the website and the telephone number to call.
Yeah. timetorun.net.
You got that?
And Time to Run with the number 2.
That's right.
And then our phone number is 601-485-4992. And I'm a child of Tell It and Sell It, so let me give you the number again.
I like that.
It's 601-485-4992.
Oh, the good old days of WMOX.
Yes, exactly.
We'll have to do a revisit of that one day. Thank y'all so much for coming in.
Thank you.
We hope it's a success, and y'all have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Sip and Savor is back in downtown Meridian. Chef Jimmy Kennedy will headline this year's festival, bringing an outdoorsman spin on elevated Southern cuisine. Taking the main stage is country music artist Levi Hammond. Sample over 50 chefs and distilleries visiting from all over the South to showcase their award-winning dishes. Experience the culinary tradition of the South like you never have before.
And welcome back, Scotty Ray and Otis. We had to kill that monstrosity as heater going behind us there. It got a little warm. Hey, we got Easter Bunny stuff, and I had a couple people comment on that. The Easter Bunny showed up last night to show off their techniques there. We got some carrots.
Yeah, some seals.
Yeah. Got our seal of approval back there.
That's right.
Hey, let's talk about an accident that happened this morning. Now, no one was hurt, but we always like to let you know where things are if you come along in the dark, where they'll be. This was on Chunky Duffee Road as we go out this way. Newton County, a crash happened there in the 5300 block. And we got a little misspell word there. It's going to be okay. Extra letter.
We'll make it. That's right.
Extra letter in Chunky.
It'll be okay.
The sheriff's deputies from Newton County went out. Everybody was okay, but lost it in the curve. They were concerned that they didn't want anybody else to come along and be hurt there also. Yeah. Did get a mention of a wreck on I-59 this morning down around Heidelberg, if you were in that way also. Careful on them interstates out there. Now, as we get into some more of the heavy-hitting news there, Philadelphia, y'all had too many matches going yesterday afternoon. We got word that there was a fire started there at the storage buildings.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, and that's a scary situation when you go to that type of fire, because you don't know what people store.
I didn't think about that, Odie.
There's no telling what's in there, hazmat or propane, butane. It does not matter. You'll find anything in there. We found gallons of gasoline.
People storing it in a store?
Yeah.
Wow. So, when you go bid on these bills, it really, truly is, you don't know what you'll get. You ever watch that storage war?
Yeah. It is pretty interesting.
Did they go too high for you, in your opinion, of what they're bidding?
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to spend that much money. Now, unless I know what's in there.
You would have to have a junk shop, so to speak, to resell this stuff.
Yeah. That's the only way you can sell all these tricklets. And
boy, we got something for Amy to start doing on her spare time, don't we?
Might need to do that. I can get me a little shed put up out at the house, and I get me one of those little driveway doorbells when people go around. Ding, ding. Now, look, when you hear that, you get up, go outside, and sell them something.
Storage wars, but there really and truly have been a lot of people that have done well off of those things.
Yeah.
But their pricing sometimes just doesn't add up. And there was another show, and I don't know if it's still on, they never gave the price until they sold it and said, this is what we actually made. Yeah. You can say something's worth that all day long, but getting it is a whole nother ball game.
It's only worth what somebody's going to buy it for.
That's right.
And you can only make money if you sell it. You can't just sit there and hold on to it.
That's right. Let's go to Newton County. Matter of fact, let's go to South Newton County. Let's go right down, right around the community, the emergency landing. Let's see, Garlandville, Highway 504. This was the scene yesterday afternoon. Let me pull up this picture here where you can see this pretty good there. This is what went on as a plane.
Is she calling for roadside assistance?
That's exactly what went on. Plane motor gave problems, and they had to do an emergency landing in a field there. Wow. We don't know much more than that. The Sheriff's Department was headed to the location last time I talked to them to check on everybody. We do know that no one was hurt, but we don't know what caused the engine to quit. And
we're glad everybody was fine, or so we can joke about it, because you don't just pull over on the side of the road and stop.
Sir.
And finding a clearing and being able to land that safely. Good job for the pilot, and we're glad everybody was safe.
I'll never forget the day I was with Tom Rose at about 25,000 feet. We were climbing, and this light came on, and he goes, Scotty Ray, reach over there underneath your feet and hand me that manual underneath your feet there so I can figure out what that is. And I thought, I'm not feeling comfortable right now.
Shouldn't you know what that is?
In Tom's defense, it was like his second time to fly that plane. He'd gotten him a brand spanking new plane, and that light come on. It looked serious. Like,
I ain't never seen that before.
Yeah, hand me that book. Let me read what that is. Scared me to death.
That guy says, you want to go ride in my airplane? He said, no. He said, why? He said, not going to do it. Not going to get in the airplane. He said, well, don't you believe in God? He said, yeah. He said, don't you believe that when it's your turn, it's your turn? He said, yeah. He said, then why won't you get in the plane with me? He said, because it might be your turn. And I don't know how to fly.
That's a very good point. Yeah. I ain't never into this thing of getting on a jet to where they've got one pilot up there, because something could happen to him. You always need Mr. Backup guy over there instead of calling the tower, tell me how to land this.
That's what they did on airplanes.
Yeah, they sure did. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all go back and watch it.
What was it? Didn't they do that also on Executive Decision there with Kurt Russell and all them? Or did the pilots make it? I think they also got taken out.
Was that Air Force One?
No, that was the one I'm talking about. Had Kurt Russell in it. Air Force One had Harrison Ford was president.
And didn't he have to land the airplane?
He jumped out. Didn't he jump out the little parachute?
That's right.
thing?
That's right. They put him on a zip line. He zip lined from one airplane to the other.
Man, we need us a Harrison Ford up there at the White House.
There we go.
We did have one.
What were y'all doing? That's what we got.
Y'all, yesterday, and I brought this up earlier, of the way the media is handling the situation that happened in Nashville, Tennessee, of the murders, to where they're saying, well, if you'd have prayed harder, this wouldn't have happened. Can you believe that?
Here's the one good thing I like about my God. My God says, look, this is how I want you to act. You're my child, not this is how I want you to act. If you want to come live with me, this is how you're going to act, and this is what I expect from you. But I give you the ability to make your own decision, good or bad. Now, I want to do what God says, and I fail every day.
We all do. We're sinners.
Right. But I ask him for forgiveness, but we've got free will. That's what he gave us, was free will. And just because we pray and we ask for his hands over us does not mean that Satan's talking to that woman.
Ooh.
And that's what happened there. This wasn't we didn't pray enough. This was God was in our lives, but not in hers.
Odie, we backed this up 40, 30, maybe 30 years ago. If someone had printed something like that as a headline, it wouldn't have been accepted in America of poking fun at Christians, number one.
No.
Where have we gone?
Well, and this is the same people that wanted to make sure that everybody knew that this shooter was transgender.
Yeah.
Like we really care.
No, I don't care. They were bad.
They were bad. That's what it's about. It's not about the person except what their belief was, and their belief was not in our God. I had the article, and I can't locate it, that went through, here it is.
as we look at this, let me see if I can get some of these names of people. Left-wing sports writer Mike Wise responded in agreement on Twitter about all of this. David mocked the convent school for not praying enough. Very surprising that there would be a mass shooting at a Christian school, given the lack of prayer is often blamed for these horrible events. He deleted it after he wrote it, but he still wrote that.
I've never heard anybody say that anything has happened because of lack of prayer. We always say, hey, at this time, we would like to have prayers. Please pray for us. But we don't go around saying that this happened because we didn't pray enough.
Then there was others jumping on the state of Tennessee for banning drag shows and not banning guns, saying it would never happen. Again, let me stress that there's no way that a gun would pick up and walk down a hallway and hurt anyone. It is the actions of someone behind that gun that causes these problems. And until America finally mans up, I think is the word, mans up, woman's up, however you want to word it, and draws a line and says, bad people aren't going to do this, and if bad people do this, this is what happens. We've got to have laws again to protect our citizens against people that, well, really don't need to be in society that go hurt people.
Well, this goes all the way back to Cain and Abel.
Yes, it does.
They used a rock.
Sure
so
do.
Are we putting a ban on all rocks? Because rocks have been used.
That's right.
Throughout the years, but it started out there. And I bet if there was a gun that was handy, he would have used a gun. Or if they had a knife, he would have used a knife.
My neighbor Brent wants to bring purses into this because his wife's hit him with hers several times there. He's been hurt by that.
Some of that stuff it'll hurt.
Yes, it will. We'll be right back. Already 7:30, Odie.
And I'm telling you, we over the hump on this.
Here we go.
J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Odie. And let's talk a minute, as we have often, about, well, getting a new trade in life. And MCC offers that in Meridian. What about construction? You ever thought about that, Odie?
You know, I did that for a little while, and that's some hard work. But, you know, when you get out and you turn around and you see what you've built with your hands, it's rewarding. And this is something that's going to be on forever. Everybody's going to have a house.
Well,
everybody's going to have a business.
What do you think about this? Jesus started out as a carpenter.
You dead gum right.
And that's what they'll teach you there.
Yep.
Boy, if you want to do that, and boy, I'm telling you, house building is a great living there. Always a job. And you can learn this at MCC. You can be a framing carpenter. That's a good one. A finishing carpenter. How about that? Along with the foundation forming. All of this with construction. Find out. There's always a job in this field. See them today. Call them at 484-8863. They'll hook you up and tell you more about this. Mike Shirley is the coordinator for that. Again, visit them online. If you're needing a job, this is a great way to get educated and get on to a new life.
And talking about instructors, they don't just pick anybody.
No.
Mike Shirley, his dad, Ricky Joe, have been in construction his whole life. This is what they did. They grew up around it. They know it. You can't get a better instructor. And that's what they do at MCC. They get the best people to teach the best students to make the best carpenters.
This is called Odie approved, is what that's called.
That's right.
We have to get a little stamp that goes,
yeah,
from Odie.
Take it for what it's worth.
Let's talk about what went on today in history. If you were born today, you happen to be born. This was probably one of the smartest gentlemen, and in my opinion, the company was a whole lot better when he was around. Anybody remember a guy named Sam Walton?
Yeah, he was definitely a businessman,
entrepreneur.
This is something that I don't know if you remember or if you've heard of this, but, he was also on the board of Winn-Dixie.
Did not know that.
All right, so he said, look, let's do something that helps us all out. And he went to Lowe's and Home Depot, talked to them, then went to Winn-Dixie and said, look, I want to build a complex here. And put Walmart here, put Lowe's or something here, and then put a Winn-Dixie here. We're all in one parking lot. Everybody comes. They shop from us. Winn-Dixie said, no, dumb idea. So he said, okay, well, I'll get off your board. And that's when the Walmart Supercenter with a grocery store was born.
There
you
you
don't
go.
want to do it, I'll do it.
And then we're down to one Winn-Dixie left now, and they were a big chain, and it's slowly going. That man was smart. But way beyond his years. So is a guy that started Home Depot, if you've ever listened to that guy talk. Smart fella. Now, no one's going to know this name, but if you've ever watched this Western, you have howled, you have laughed. His name is Terrence Hill. He was born on this day in 1939, and his name was, my name is Nobody.
And he'd whoop you.
Did you watch that? The drinking game?
Yeah, he was whooping up on them boys.
Yeah, he was fast. He was good. Very, very funny. And he didn't say a lot in the movie. He just kind of groaned every once in a while. Henry Fonda was also in that movie, if you ever get a chance to watch that. My all-time upmost hero in the entire world of any movie star that ever existed, and I don't think anybody's going to be surprised when I tell them it was Jimmy Stewart was the guy that I look up to. I really do. And on this date in 1945, this is the real deal, he was promoted to a full colonel. He was one of the few Americans to ever go from a private to a colonel in 4 years. Wow. He flew with the guys. He personally called anybody that had loss of life in his unit. He was a man among men. I just really awesome. Like him. Okay.
That's good.
It's a Wonderful Life. Never forget it. 1964, Ellie came along. Or Ellie McPherson.
Ellie McPherson.
Okay. Happy birthday to her.
She got a big old smile.
That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't going to say that. That was Odie's department. The next young lady, you're not going to know her name because I didn't remember it. Diana Kaye. Yeah?
Wow.
Doesn't mean anything.
What a TV show. I hadn't thought about that in years.
She was on 8 is Enough, but back in the day, she was like the bombshell of that TV show.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not so much these days, but back then, woo, doggy, as Jed Clampett would say. No, it was actually ye doggy, as Jed would say.
Ye doggy.
Now, I really like these shows. You may have never watched it. Did you ever watch Highlander?
I did, and I can't really remember because it was a long time ago, but it was more of what you would see nowadays.
Sean Connery was the guy that trained him on this. It's all about a guy that, he was immortal. He couldn't go away, and he had to fight the bad guys. A really, really good show. If you ever get a chance, go back and watch that.
I might need to go back and look at that. That would be a good one.
Anybody ever seen a woman that just terrified you, scared you to death? You didn't want to get near her because you think she might hurt you?
Because she whoop your butt, too.
Yeah, here she is. Lucy Lawless was born today. Xena, the Princess Warrior.
Xena.
Yeah, I'm scared of women like that. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. She's tough.
I am, too. Richard,
what Richard
Ricky
say?
Nelson, and he has wanted to push out, welcome home to all Vietnam veterans today. So today's when they came back home. So right here in our history, welcome
yes,
back to all our Vietnam veterans. Appreciate what y'all have done for us. The blank check that y'all signed and left behind, and your families that you left behind and went and.
I always look at that a little bit different than what we have today. A lot of these guys were sitting at home just like you are now on your couch. They didn't get a choice. They got a little letter that said, you are leaving tomorrow. They didn't have the choice to go down and pledge and say, I want to do it. They were told you were going just like they were in World War II, World War I. You were drafted.
Yep. You were drafted.
It's a whole different story there of those guys and their struggles. So many people forget that. And we salute y'all and appreciate you for exactly everything you've done.
And they were 18 years old, some of them younger than that, going off. And we've got 20-something-year-olds that I'm scared to go get a job between 8 to 5.
Yeah, they are. They're scared to death. Don't want to leave their pushy button thing.
Somebody hurt my feelings. I got to have a safe place.
Yeah.
Imagine what kind of safe place they had. It was a hole in the ground.
Well, the Russians don't care about your safe place, and we have to watch them in a little place called China that would really like to make this a part of their country.
If we keep on, we're going to give it to them.
I know.
And
Y'all watch this.
Ain't nobody going to defend it what we got growing up now.
Back in Scuba, Mississippi, when I was growing up, a man had hair about right here, about where I got it right now. But out in Texas, apparently that wasn't what went on. Brady Seals was born and had more hair than my sister did. Yeah, we'll just leave that. Little Texas.
Lot. I didn't have hair much shorter than that.
I ain't going to say nothing either, but we're looking for pictures there. God Bless Texas was their big song that they had, filmed at South Fork Ranch, and it was just a bunch of hair, if y'all remember. It was one of the few country hair bands that we had.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Maybe the Kentucky Headhunters would fall into that.
I remember.
Kind of scary.
Yeah,
now, if you've ever listened to this song, it was pretty neat. It got so famous that they actually made the song come true. As Dr. Hook in 1973 finally made the cover of the Rolling Stone. And yes, they did go out and buy 5 copies and give their mamas.
Made the cover of the Rolling Stone.
Isn't that a great song?
It is. It is.
It's just funny.
Man.
If you get a chance today, go back and listen to that. It really was good there.
Yeah.
1978 was a sad day as this went away. We would never get to see it live again. Why? Carol Burnett was taken off the air on this date. And who can forget this memorable scene? Jake the curtains off the wall. And the curtain rod was still there.
It's some of the funniest TV. And that was the one thing. This was done in front of an audience.
Right.
You didn't stop and say, "Oh, take 2." You had to go with what it was, and that's why I couldn't do anything with Tim Conway.
And you know, Tim was so funny. Mr. Tudball.
It was those elephants that went Nort.
And you know, the other interesting thing about this was, folks, it was clean.
Oh yeah.
It didn't have what it takes now, the cussing and the gestures and hand gestures that are done, like, the Super Bowl.
Yep. Nobody was sleeping together on the show.
Whew. This woman had it going on in her day. Boy, she was it on a stick. 1978, we also find out that this show would end, but she was pretty. Yep. Angie Dickerson, policewoman.
That's what got you hooked on Angie's, isn't it?
That's what it is. Been after one all my life there. Finally got one. Angie. 1980, one of the most famous songs ever was recorded. Women loved it. They still do.
Still do.
This old guy was whispering it in somebody's ear in a bar I overheard, and, well, it became a song after that. I'd love to lay you down. Conway Twitty.
So he was in a bar. Huh?
Look, I'm gonna put him up against Barry White because I think Conway had it going on.
Yeah.
I still see the want to in your eye. You've never been this far before. Boom, boom, boom.
You guys got some good meat, Barry. Where you at? You're going to have to redo some.
They call that belly rubbing music in country bars. That's all I'm going to say on that. How was I to know?
She is again.
1997, she was still looking good. Reba McEntire was #1 up on your radio.
The wind blowing in her hair.
Actually, they had a big fan, but I wasn't going to break the news to you and tell you.
Dang.
Let's see.
Fan operator.
Oh, boy, this is a sad day that we had to acknowledge back in 2020. I remember the first time I bumped into him, he was singing, "If the devil danced, he'd have empty pockets." Anybody remember Joe Diffie? Ships that don't come in. Is it cold in here? Or, well, is it just you? Don't get any better than that when it comes to a country song. Joe Diffie passed away. He had health issues. He did get COVID. The family says it was not COVID that got him. It was just some other issues that happened there. Joe Diffie.
It was marked down as COVID.
It was. One of the greatest that ever sang a country song. I really liked him. Y'all don't rush off. We're coming back to tell you some more information.
Hi, I'm Nick Lisi. I am owner of Pinch and Tails Crawfish Shack here in Marion, Mississippi. We are located right across the street from the Subway Sandwich Shop, right next to the Little Griddle. If you're a seafood lover, we have the absolute best seafood in town. We carry crawfish, shrimp, lobster tails, raw oysters, snow crab, corn potato sausage, all the fixins. And for all of your special orders and catering needs, please call 601-934-0598. We're located in downtown Marion.
The Square Peg Mini Mall, located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia, Mississippi, is a family-owned business that promises to treat you like family. The Square Peg Mini Mall has been operating for over 10 years and boasts over 30 vendors with a rotating inventory to fit that something you're looking for. Inventory is constantly updating, so there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall, located on 335 West Main Street in Philadelphia, Mississippi. Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, we'll travel.
Well, if you need something to spruce up your house, make it look better outside, they call it Dirt Road Appeal. In other parts of the United States, they call it, curb appeal. If you need some flowers for your place, Lauderdale County Farm Supply has a bunch for you to choose from as you go through. Ferns as we get near Easter. Got to have those on the front porch swaying in the wind.
Yeah, I got to build something so Amy can hang them up. She's wanting some ferns.
Maybe you have a dry spot or a blank space in your yard. You need a little bit on that grass. They'll handle that for you. And as always here at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, chairs, boots, coats, anything that you're looking for. Exit 151, they opened up, about 15 minutes ago. Wide open this morning. Drop in and see them. Exit 151 off the interstate.
You know, we was talking about Conway Twitty.
Boy, Conway was good, wasn't he?
He was good. And there was a new preacher that got him a church, come into town.
Yeah.
He wanted to go around and meet all the patrons of the church, and he'd knock on the door, and everybody would open the door and say, Conway. And he'd say, no, I'm not Conway. I'm the new preacher. So, okay. He'd go to the next one, knock on the door, and they'd open the door. Conway. No, I'm not Conway. I'm the new preacher. This kept happening over and over again. Finally, he went to this one door and knocked on the door, and a woman answered the door, and she had nothing but a towel on, just got out of the shower.
Yeah.
Saw him and said, dropped her towel. And the preacher said, hello, darling. He forgot what he was doing.
Conway. Hello, darling.
Hello, darling.
There's a lot of folks that look like old Conway back in the day. Nothing like getting an introduction to the community.
That's right.
Conway was it there. That song will probably be around generation after generation after generation.
Oh, it's not going anywhere.
Do you remember 15 years ago, and I still feel the same? Do you know that song?
I remember that.
He's doing real good there until he bumps into an old friend there, and he brings up her name, and he goes, "Dadgummit, 15 years ago, and I still feel the same." Why did he have to mention your name?
You know, I did that. Man, Amy got back together after 27 years.
I wouldn't have told that.
A long time.
That is. Hey, you know, something good in the community we want to bring up that happened yesterday. Our friends were out and about as we go to the Suqualena Volunteer Fire Department. The American Red Cross was out, weren't they, Odie?
Yeah, so they came and they called, says, is there anywhere we can go? And we said, well, the best place to do this is going to be at Suqualena at the fire department, because that's the biggest area that was still out of power. And talk about some food they brought in. I'm not sure where it came from, but it was rib plates, pulled pork, baked chicken. They drove around the entire area, gave food out and everything. So it was good to see them in the area and feed the power crews that were out there. And, you know, it wasn't long after that they got the power back on. So maybe those that chicken helped the power.
It may have gave everybody a little inspiration to do
Yeah.
more there.
Yeah, so we appreciate them coming out.
Hey, a big thing coming up in Clark County we wanted to bring up. You have to be 55 or older. Sheriff Todd Camp's going to be a little busy come April the 15th. Is it's Senior Citizen Appreciation Day where they're going to be handing out plates there. If you'd like to know more about that, it's going to be held there at the Multipurpose Building at 101 Westwood Avenue in Quitman. Drop in. A great cause there to show appreciation for the senior citizens. They are what built America.
They're tougher than half these people we got trying to run America.
That's right. I agree with that. 110% there. Hey, we had an accident yesterday, and this involved a car and a light pole. That doesn't go together, does it? Nope. Yes, sir, Bob. Right down on Hooper Street is where this happened. This is 5th Street. As y'all know, you've got Mid-South Welding sitting here. Let me make this bigger. Mid-South Welding sits here. Right over to the right over here is where all that happened. So
I wasn't laughing at the wreck, but I was laughing at that pink you got right
let
there.
me pull that back up.
I mean, I like
How you like my little demonstration there?
it flattened the nose of that little car.
It sure did. I'm always looking for better pictures. I'm looking for me a new artist there to draw me some pictures of naked dude.
Poor naked
I
man.
could not draw good. And I've just used up all of my little naked man pictures. I need some more. If you've got one, make sure to get it to me.
We'll draw a stick man.
Stick man. We also had an accident yesterday near Wendy's on North Hill Street. Now, nobody was hurt, but we still had a little fender bender there. The Meridian Police Department responded to that, took care of things, got traffic all cleared up, and all things went back to normal once again.
That's oof.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens here. We had a little fire yesterday in Lauderdale County.
Yeah, and it's it will get scary when the propane tank catches on fire. And
how you like my picture there?
I like it.
That took time to build up.
That took time, didn't it? I mean, the flames.
I didn't have an on-scene location thing, but how do you know anything about that fire? Did it start somewhere else and then reach the gas tank?
I'm not sure exactly how it started, but it was in the 5-gallon propane tank. So that was a good little small one, but it's still just as dangerous as a 200-gallon. And all you can do is sit there and cool that dude off.
Yeah, see.
Where it's not spraying. And then once you get to where you can safely go cut it off,
right,
the flames will stop.
I would not want to be the guy that's got to go over there and turn that off.
Well, and I'll let you know, we'll have propane training where
I want to watch.
We take those tanks there, or we don't, but the Fire Academy brings a tank down here. And we're shooting flames, 100, 150 feet in the air, and it's sitting there just a burning. And there's ways you use a fire hose, but you go right up to it and cut it off.
Yeah, when our barbecue grill got out of hand, it was Angie to the rescue. I thought, you don't want to
do something about that.
Scotty Ray and Odie, good morning.
Mark your calendars for the Spring Extravaganza Show coming Saturday, April the 15th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and conveniently located at the old Office Max building at Bonita Lake Circle. From boutique clothes, shoes and accessories, children's clothing, spring plants, jewelry, gift items. Come shop and have lunch with Jack's Sausage Dogs. The Spring Extravaganza Gift Show coming Saturday, April the 15th from 9 until 4 at the old Office Max building in Meridian. Call Becky at 601-480-1776. If you're an outdoorsman, Garrett's Outfitters is a place to head to in Meridian. They have a complete line of gloves to keep your hands warm in these cold mornings, toboggans to block that wind, and America's favorite Carhartt, from the rugged overalls to slacks and shirts. Work boots and mud boots as well. Browse around the gun accessories and a complete line of just about any gun. Protect your investment, your guns, with one of the many Browning gun safes they have to choose from. For the outdoorsman in your family, it's Garrett's, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. Odes, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's, and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool, depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, and don't forget you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494.
Have you been in an auto accident? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Don't settle for less and know your rights. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
Clock on the wall says it won't be long till you'll be hunting something to eat. And, well, Maple's one-stop shop has got it for you.
I tell you can go in and get your coffee to start your day and then go back to lunch. Get you some fried chicken strips and the potato logs. Oh, I might have
The best in town.
God, they're good. Or you can go to Causeyville and go in and get a awesome plate lunch. Man, and these people will treat you right. They are nice. They'll welcome you in. When you get in, you'll say, somebody's been taking care of this store because it's clean.
That's right. Visit them. About 6 locations around town, and every one of them is spick and span.
That's right.
See them right there. Pine Springs, Bonita, Causeyville, or you could see the 31st Avenue. Broadmoor, our last chance. And they mean that last chance if you're going toward Kemper County.
Because there ain't nothing else.
Great name for that store.
Yeah, it really is.
Already 7:54 this morning. Anybody remember the situation that happened in the state of Mississippi with the mask and the school children?
Scared those kids half to death. And I'm good with scaring kids, but you
Not this
can't
way.
take it too far.
And they did that.
And they did.
No felony charges is what we've found out about this against the daycare workers. They lost their job, but there will be no felony charges. And we did think there for a little while that it would be, that they were going to make an example of them.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Mary Lynn says she's starting to get a craving for carrots after looking at her.
That'll get you hungry.
Hey, and I had a suggestion there that said the studio is not manly enough, and I passed that along to our interior decorator, and she said, you come fix it then. She got real snappy.
We'll have to hang something up. Where's that picture of
Farrah
Reba
Fawcett?
and Farrah Fawcett and all that?
That's how you mentalize a room.
I bet she'll come over here and go, we're going to change this up a little bit.
We are finding out that some of the storms that rolled through the Rolling Fork was F4 tornadoes across the state of Mississippi.
I tell you, those people are still, their lives have completely changed. They're not their homes only, but to turn around and their place of employment's gone.
That's correct.
Prayers. And it doesn't matter how many times we pray, the tornado was coming down that way.
That's right.
Them liberals can take that thought and go.
Yeah, there you go. Coming up Friday, we got another round of bad weather, and we do want you to pay attention as these levels often change. We'll be here as we found out that pay attention, like how many days will we go without power?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we were on 3.
And we'll walk you through these storms step by step each time one becomes a threat to your neighborhood. We're here behind the scenes working to make sure you have the absolute latest information on that. Odie, it's come to, that time of day we got to leave and go do something.
And here we are again, the fastest hour on TV.
Yep.
And we will be back in 23 hours to do this again on a Thursday to bring in your Friday coming up close.
All right. We'll see you then. God bless you, and we'll see you then. And as always, send us your information if you see something, and we'll do the investigation behind it.
That's it.
Thanks so much.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: